Dr. Doom was something Stan Lee could get his teeth into. Made him a great, great villain. Victor Von Doom was a scientist. He had an explosion, his face is destroyed. It was like Phantom of the Opera, puts an iron mask on. How could you not like a character like that? Dr. Doom is the greatest villain probably, maybe Galactus is even greater. Just think of the size of Galactus. Just think of the power of Galactus. Only Jack Kirby and Stan Lee could have come up with that. A person who devours planets. In my wildest dreams, I would have never created a character like that. That is beyond belief. And then to have the Silver Surfer roaming through space, looking for planets for his master to devour. Absolutely a miracle, strange character. Jack Kirby's imagination stands alone. He was so creative that he threw away more good ideas than most people have in their lifetime. If he ever threw anything away at all, I'm sure he forgot more good ideas than most people have. I think that explains Jack Kirby, the most creative force I have ever seen.
As far as superhero comics, he was a genius. And he revolutionized the superhero comics, as far as I'm concerned. We all learned from Jack. And I don't care who you talk to, everybody learned from Jack that working today. We all learned from Jack. We all got something from him.
Jack was very prolific. He was very different. He was the only artist I knew that would start at the top. And he would not rough out a drawing. He just started one line and finish off a drawing, which is amazing. I could never do that. And he was extremely fast. And he was different. Jack was very different. And I think you'll find that along the way for most brilliant people, you know. They were the different. They stood out from the crowd. And Jack certainly stood out, you know.
When you turned the page, it exploded in your face, his drawings. His drawings was the tension in all his panels, everything, the expressions. And you could feel the energy on every page that he drew, everything. You could criticize it, you could say, well, the hands are wrong, the head, maybe he made the nose too small, maybe he made this. Doesn't matter. He could tell a story like no one could tell.
There was a certain nobility in all of Jack's characters. He had a very positive view of mankind, and he actually quarreled a few times with other comic book writers and artists who he felt had a much more negative view of mankind. I think that's one of the reasons that Jack was so good at doing superheroes, because his heroes, when they reached their peak moments of heroism, were truly beautiful people. They were well-drawn, they were strong, they were vital, and they were very energized. Everything Jack drew was energized, but especially the heroes when they were at their peak moments of heroism.
To be truthful about anyone influenced by comics, if you've been reading comics and drawing comics in the last 30, 40 years, you had to have been influenced by some contribution of Jack to comics. And Jack is that man for hundreds of characters. Chiefly, he designed the Fantastic Four, Captain America, Iron Man, the Hulk, the X-Men, the Demon, the list goes on. And I mean, he created one of the greatest majorities of superheroes that any one person ever has. And he would wind up being the most influential person on the entire medium of American comics.